Hey there, guys. Portal Master 9351 here, and I am once again live. I really hope. I'm going to check that this is working. I've been confused for about 10-15 minutes trying to figure out how to actually set this up. It seems as if they've changed a few things, or it seemed as if they changed a few things. I had to just I'd forgotten I had routed it through Google Hangouts and such, and I actually printed off a piece of paper that had my schedule, and it's not in here, so you're going to have to bear with me for a few moments as I make sure that this stream is working properly. So I'm just going to go on to here, and it does appear as if my live stream is coming through here publicly. Okay, it's coming through correctly. Okay, it's coming through correctly. So that's good, I guess. Yeah, it's probably pretty good. This time, I have it to where I should be able to see you guys. If you say anything, if you have any questions at all, I'm going to be answering any of the ones that I think are good questions to answer, or just anything of that sort. So just bear with me for a few moments as I check and make sure this is working properly. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Why are comments disabled for this video? Oh, no, they're not disabled for this video. Okay. I think I've got it working. Yes, I think I do. So yay. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I need to grab my schedule for tonight. As I did print it off earlier, or I hope I printed it off. So I'll be right back, guys. Just got to go grab that. Okay, guys, so I've got the schedule. I've got it right here. So the first part is supposed to be the introduction. So, welcome to my live stream. Welcome to it. This is quite an ordeal getting me to live stream. Live streaming for me is not really stressful. When I make my videos, I actually really don't do much editing. So I don't really feel pressure being live and in person with you guys. What stresses me out is getting ready, and as you can see, I was a little bit flustered there at the beginning trying to get this done. So this is just a schedule of all the things that I'm planning on discussing during the fact of this live stream, as well as a few announcements. So I'm going to talk about the Toys R Us demo a lot. I went to that today. Let me tell you that it was pretty crazy, but I did get to play the game eventually. So I'm going to talk about where the stores went wrong in getting ready for the event. I'm going to talk about my first impression of Superchargers, the quality of the figures for Superchargers, the technical difficulties we had and why we had those technical difficulties, suggestions to future events at Toys R Us. I think that's pretty important. And are you guys, yeah, you guys should be seeing me. Hold on. I'm still a little nervous that this is not coming through correctly because it's not displaying very well at all on the Hangouts thing. Okay. Yes, it does appear to be working well. If it's not working, then please tell me as soon as possible that you can actually see and hear me. That would probably be good. So, anyways, I'm going to show off what I got for just for attending the Toys R Us event. I'm going to be talking about my newly acquired Elgato HD60. And let's see, I'm going to be talking about the Midnight Hunting that I'm planning on doing, as well as Wave 1 and 2, and, all sorts of stuff like that. I'm going to be talking about my favorite characters of all time. And I'm going to be making a few announcements about who's that Skylander and Skylander Showdown, as well as just the general state of the channel. And if there's any questions there at the end, I will answer them. So let's go ahead and talk about the Toys R Us demo as a whole. So for those of you who did not know, Toys R Us had a demo today from 12 to 2, where you could go and you could play Skylander Superchargers early. They had only 3 figures there. They had Spitfire, they had Super Shot, Stealth Elf, and Hot Streak. So they had the starter pack characters. They had basically just been shipped a starter pack that said not for retail sale, demo use only. That was essentially what they got. So when they received the packaging, they unboxed it and they got this manual. And so The one at our Toys R Us happened to be on the Xbox One, so it was a little confusing for me trying to adapt to play the Xbox One as I normally just play the tablet and the Wii U. So it was a bit interesting getting used to that once we finally got it working. So, it was the full game. It was not a demo. There were no restrictions, no handicaps. So, there was a lot of news gained today, sort of about the beginning of the story. We didn't really get to play very far into the game, or at least my Toys R Us didn't because of the aforementioned technical difficulties. So, it was a pretty interesting ordeal just getting to play the game. It was crazy, to be perfectly honest. As far as the popularity of it, as far as how many people were actually there, it was me and my dad and my mom, and so we were there. We were there first, and then there was this one boy and his dad, and the boy was probably about 8 years old, and then there was another family. They had both the parents, two children, so there was that. Um, so, it wasn't crazy popular, but it's not like we're the only ones who showed up. Me and my dad and my mom, of course. It's not like we were the only ones who showed up. So it was moderate popularity, although I have heard about some Toys R Us's where it was practically breaking down the doors just to get to play it. And somewhere there was only one person who even came to the demo at all. So it definitely depended on the Toys R Us as to how popular the event actually was. So now on to my first impression of Superchargers in and of itself. It is very, very good graphically. It was beautiful, completely beautiful. And we've seen that the graphics were really good. And it was also had to do with the fact that I was playing on an Xbox One instead of a Wii U. But, I mean, it was honestly just beautiful graphics-wise. And very, very, very colorful. It was very smooth as well, and it definitely was more like the Vicarious Visions combat system. It was much more like Swap Force in just sort of the way it kind of worked combat. So, let me think. As far as vehicle and land, like walking around, as far as how much the balance was, it was about out and saying 50-50 blend between the land and or sorry, not the land, the vehicle and the non-vehicle zones. It was a pretty even split. And as far as the vehicle zones were concerned, I only saw from chapters 1 through 4. So that's pretty much the first level. I left after that because technical difficulties. I'll get to the technical difficulties because boy, were they technical and difficult. So, in the first 4 chapters, the first level, there were racing zones, so more like a track zone. And then, of course, there were the arenas, is what they're being called, which are the areas where you're in a vehicle, but it's not like you're on a track, sort of a more open world area to kind of go around with your vehicles. So the one that I saw, I did not actually get to play it. The kid, some other kid got to. He was pretty much trying to rescue 3 land sharks so that he could get through this gate. And it was a little kind of frustrating watching him because he had not played the Xbox One either, and so he did not know what he was doing, and it was kind of funny and kind of sad at the same time watching him struggle with it. But it still was pretty seamless, the blend between vehicle and non-vehicle zones, and it was really just pretty cool in terms of transitions. Let me think. What else? What else was there to talk about? In level 1, or chapters 1 through 4, there is at least 2 land zones that I remember, and then is 1 sky and 1 sea zone. So, that's pretty consistent with what we've been hearing. I've been hearing some people that got to play further into the game that some levels may have had more than 1 sea or sky mode or portion. I'm not sure if that's true. That may have just been a rumor, but that's kind of what I heard. So, let me think. What else was there notable to talk about? As far as the gameplay of each figure, Spitfire was very articulated in his movements. It was a bit like watching a robot. He dashes forward and it's so articulated every time, and his moves are so pronounced whenever he attacks. I mean, it's just so pronounced. Stealth Elf is a bit more fluid, like you might expect her to be. She just sort of fluidly moves around still, and with her splinter cannon, and her transitions are just much smoother than Spitfire's method of movement. I think that's an interesting thing to think about, that certain characters are going to move in different ways. Some are going to be more articulated than others, and some are going to be more smooth and fluid. Like, for example, when we saw Stormblade footage, she is very articulated as well. Her dashing in the air and her throwing of the knives and stuff, it's so, robust and effective and to the point. And you then look at like Diplops, and he is very fluid in his motion. And, I just think that was pretty well done, and I am definitely liking that about the game. So let's talk about figure quality now. The figures, like I said, there were only three figures there: Hot Streak, Spitfire, and Stealth Elf. But from what I saw, the paint jobs were pretty good, and the paint jobs are always pretty good on the starter pack characters. But I seemed to notice a really good quality this time around, and I thought it was pretty cool just to kind of see the figures for real. And I do have a 360 video of me holding and kind of looking at all of the figures, just sort of, not all of them, well, all the ones that were there. And they really are high quality, and I am really hoping that this time they fix their paint job errors, because I hope that the days are gone when you actually have to meticulously sort through, like 10 of the same figure just to find the best paint job. I seriously hope that this is an indication of things to come, and that they fix their bad paint jobs. So, there's that. The figures really were pretty good. So now I'm going to talk about the technical difficulties. Oh, where to begin? So let me talk about how this went. Me and my dad got there around 11:45, and so we were going to try to be the first people to get there, and be the first people to play the game. So we thought that there was going to be some sort of a station with like an Activision employee, working it, or at least a Toys for Bob or Vicarious Vision, somebody who is, higher up, not a Toys R Us employee, basically. And we thought that they were going to be bringing in their stuff and, kind of setting it up. That's not what it was at all. And essentially what it was is these Toys R Us employees went and set up the game in the Xbox One. So a lot of people, like I said, are reporting these technical difficulties, and a lot of the people are saying that the portals did not work. And do you want to know why the portals didn't work? Because we sure did. We waited there and tried to fix it, and like I'm talking all the Toys R Us employees, it was just crazy the amount of people who were trying to figure out why it was not working. Eventually, somebody was looking at the portal, because what it said was place a land vehicle on the portal of power. And so the kid in front of me kept putting Hot Streak on the portal. And Hot Streak is of course a land vehicle. And so we're thinking, it's a land vehicle. Why is it not working? And so these people actually went into the back and unboxed a real starter pack that should have been sold for retail. So they basically wasted $75 worth of merchandise trying to get this demo to work. And so they got another portal, and they brought it out there, another superchargers, put it on there, and it didn't work. And we were trying to figure out, why doesn't it work? So then we thought, well, maybe Hot Streak doesn't work. So you might be familiar with those in-store displays where it's like, put the Skylander on the portal of power to see the gameplay trailer of them. And so this kid went and put it on that portal, the in-store display portal, and it worked. It showed Hot Streak's trailer. So at that point we knew, well, it's not Hot Streak. And we also knew it wasn't Hot Streak because one of the guys that was there had an E3 Hot Streak, and he put it on there, and it still didn't read the E3 Hot Streak. So, obviously it was the portal that wasn't working in both scenarios. So then we thought, well, maybe just all portals are defective for some reason and they're going to have to do a massive recall. And that's not what it was at all. Because one of the guys there went and picked up the portal with Hotstreak on it to inspect it and try to find out what was wrong with it. And when he picked it up, guess what? It worked. So then he was like, it's working. And he put it back down and it stopped working. And so then we were like, what is happening? And so for another 15 minutes, we're trying to figure out what's going on. And then the guy finally picks it up again. It's working again. It's working, and he picks it back up. And he's like, it's the surface. The surface of the Xbox One display is causing an interference. Right below where the display was for the Xbox One, which normally just has demos of games, it's like a lit up surface. And so something in that surface is causing enough interference to stop the portal of power from working on it. So he held it and it worked and we were able to play the game. And then he just eventually sat it on top of the display and we were able to play it. And I only wound up actually playing it for about 6 minutes. And we waited for like an hour and a half for this. But let me tell you, it was worth it. And I'm still very glad I got to go there and, just kind of talk with people about Skylanders, talk with people that kind of know what I'm talking about and everything. And it was still worth it. So I'm going to see if anything has shown up in terms of live chatting real quick. Let me just see. Right here, let's see. Why does it still say comments are disabled? No, don't. No, hold on. Okay. Oh, so wait a second. Skylander Me says it's not working. If anyone's watching me right now, is it working? Please tell me. Let's see. I am really concerned that it's not working right now. Is it working, guys? Please tell me if this live stream is working. I'm going to be sad if it's not. Let me see. Let's see. No. Hold on. I'm just going to continue. Hopefully this is working. I really, really am sorry for this technical difficulty. I am really, I am concerned right now for the safety of this live stream. So yeah. Anyways, now I'm going to talk about suggestions to the Toys R Us employees. When we got there at 11:45, I went and asked the employee because I didn't see anything in terms of Skylanders Supercharged. There was nothing set up except for, the advertisements for what was to come. There was nothing. And so I said, you are doing this, right? And he said, oh, yeah, we're doing this. The store manager's just got to go out there and set it up. And he didn't even come out there and set it up until 11:55. 11:55. You have a demo, and it says it starts at 12. And you've got to install the game and get the game set up and get the game ready. You can't do that in 5 minutes. You need to do this ahead of time. And that's my main criticism. This was set up right when we got there, pretty much. We had to ask them to set it up for us, essentially. And they should have had it set up already. And, I just find that kind of ridiculous that they did not have it set up in advance. So just a small rant about that and explanation as to what the technical difficulties were. So, yes, I did get about 6 minutes of gameplay footage as well as 360 views of the three characters that were the three figures that were there. And after this live stream, I will be uploading it, making it public and everything just so that you guys can sort of get a look at it. I'm going to mute it because really there's nothing important commentary-wise, and the volume is muted on the game anyways. We couldn't figure out how to get the audio to work, so, there's no real reason in me turning the audio on, so I'll just have it muted. And so, yeah. So now I'm going to show you guys what I got from just attending the Toys R Us demo. So this time I have a fancy schmancy table set up rather than those ugly boxes on there, so yeah. Wait a second. My friend just texted me on here. He's watching this live, and he's actually the guy who sold me the Elgato. Talk about that more in a minute. He says, is there no chat during your stream? I'm sorry, I really have never done this before. I've only done this one other time. Is there a way to set up chat? Or do I need to stop it? Or What? Hold on. Let me try to fix this in a second. I really am sorry about this. Guys, I really, really am sorry. I need to start live streaming more so that I know what to do. Let's see. Just use the YouTube comments. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Is there a way to actually enable the YouTube live chat? I wonder. That was my mother handing me my phone. So, yes, I am curious. Oh, wait, my friend just called me. It said, just check the comments. Okay. So I guess I just won't enable live stream, or I just won't enable live commentary. Let's move this. Thank you, friend. So, going to show you the Toys R Us haul now. All right. So, this is the first thing I got. This is a little mini poster. I'll get close so that you can see it. It says, Drive Evil Crazy. And so it just has the date the game comes out, and says that stores open early at 8 a.m. on Sunday, and they open at midnight. Select stores will open at midnight, which is the store I went to today will be open at midnight. On the back, it says valid through the 12th through the 19th, so that is today through before the launch of the game. It says all Skylanders Spyro's Adventure characters, which are normally $5, will be $2. And for the Skylanders Giants figures, which are normally $8, will only be $3. The Swap Force characters are actually still at full price. They're still $11 at Toys R Us. They will be available for $4 each. And then it's got some one-day sales on launch. I'll show you guys those in a minute, but this is the important stuff. This is the stuff that runs until the game launches. Here it says supercharged savings, one day only. Only $22 when you buy any Skylanders Supercharger single figure and vehicle when you buy both. So if you buy a figure, one Supercharger, and one vehicle, you can get them for $22. Let's see, at Toys R Us, a normal Supercharger is a normal vehicle will be $17, and a Supercharger is probably going to be $31 approximately. So you're pretty much saving $9. You might be saving $10. I'm actually not sure how much the superchargers will be at Toys R Us. And then let's see, it says only $5 or any Skylander Supercharger single figure or vehicle when you buy any racing pack. Limit one offer per customer. So I'm not sure if this means that you can only use this offer once or what. I assume it means that you can only use it once. So when you buy a racing pack, you can get a Supercharger single figure, which is normally $14 for $5. So that's another $9 in savings. Now, you want to know the downside to this? You got to turn in the sweet poster if you want to actually get the deals. So that is kind of a shame that you actually have to trade this in. You may be able to convince your local Toys R Us to not make you trade this in. Since it is a one-day sale, I would understand it if it wasn't a one-day sale. But the fact that it is a one-day sale kind of perplexes me as to why it would be, one offer. You'd actually have to trade in the poster. The other thing I got is much, much more exciting. It is the full character poster for Skylanders Superchargers with the legendaries. With the legendaries, I tell you, it is awesome. So let's just kind of go through the list on things that we may not have actually gotten clear shots of before. So on here we can see Astroblast and Sunrunner, as well as Supercharged Sunrunner. Let's see, who else don't we have on here? We have clear shots of Thrillipede, Buzzwing, and Supercharged Buzzwing. So we've not actually seen good pictures of Supercharged Buzzwing yet. And then we can, of course, see Big Bubble Pop Fizz, as well as Soda Skimmer and Supercharged Soda Skimmer. So that's pretty cool. And then we can see Splat, and Splatter Splasher, as well as Supercharged Splatter Splasher on there. And then, let's see, what else is notable on here? I'll show you the legendaries in a mere moment. We can see Roller Brawl, or Bone Bash Roller Brawl, and Tomb Buggy Supercharged right there. And let's see, we can see Smash Hit and Thump Truck, as well as Supercharged Thump Truck right there. We can use Lava Lance Eruptor and Burn Cycle, or we can see Lava Lance Eruptor and Burn Cycle, as well as Supercharged Burn Cycle, which we've not seen anything of yet. And then, of course, we have High Volt and Shield Striker, as well as Supercharged Shield Striker. And then, let me fold this so it's just easier to show you guys. Be very careful with this, as this is probably going to be the one I wind up actually displaying in my room, more than likely. Here we can see the legendaries. We can see legendary Bone Bash Roller Brawl, legendary Hurricane Jetpack, and we can see legendary Astro Blast and legendary Sunrunner. So, of course, those look pretty awesome. The ultimate question still remains: we know that Nitro Stealth that Stealth Elf can supercharge Nitro Stealth Elf. But do you need legendary Astro Blast to supercharge legendary Sunrunner, since there are corresponding legendaries there? That is still a standing question. So let me look over the list of what's next. So next up, we're going to talk about my Elgato. Let me check my comments first, just to make sure that the live stream is indeed working. I am so paranoid that none of this is going through right now. I am so paranoid. No, do not show me live. We do not need mirrors. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So yes, I see things. Yes, it appears to be working. So that's obviously good. I'll check the comments one more time before I turn the live stream off, just so I can answer questions if anyone has questions. I said it at the beginning of the live stream, but in case you did not see it, if anyone has any questions at all, please ask them. This is the perfect time to ask them while I'm live and can answer them on air. I do want to extend this live stream as long as possible. So, some of you may have seen my Elgato trailer, my over-dramatized Elgato trailer with music from Instrumental Core, with the dubkestrel music and all. And so here is the Elgato in the flesh, or in the plastic, or whatever you want to call it. And so it is the HD 60 one, so I can get 1080p, 60 FPS stuff. Here, of course, is the cords and all that jazz. So, I am really, really excited to start doing gameplay. You know, that's something I've wanted to do probably since I started this channel. I've talked about it every year, how I just want to be able to, you know, do gameplay. It's just been a dream of mine to be able to do gameplay. And so, you know, it's finally possible to do that with the Elgato HD 60. And right now, my only question is, does Superchargers even do 60 FPS? I'm actually not sure if it does or not, you know, or the Skylander series as a whole, actually. Does it do 60 FPS? So, you know, pretty interesting. Excuse me. So, on the days prior to launch, so let's see, what days do I have these planned? I have it planned the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th. That I'm going to do throwback videos to, you know, the days of past. So, you know, essentially, you know, SSA, I'm going to do the SSA battle fight, or boss fight. I'm going to do the Giants boss fight, and I'm going to do the SWAT Force boss fight. It's been so long since I've done anything SSA or anything Giants related. I actually was playing SWAT Force the other day just so I could use the Sky Diamond money cheat. But, yeah. So, you know, I am really excited to do some throwback stuff, but I'm even more excited to be doing, you know, new stuff in terms of superchargers. I'm not exactly sure how often I'm going to be able to do, you know, gameplay related stuff, but I am hoping to at least be able to do all of the story mode and such. So, you know, let's see. I'm actually getting a text from my friend that says there should be a gear icon that has settings, so check that to see if it has chat disabled. So, hold on. I'll continue to talk more and see if I can solve this problem. Live control room. Okay, here I am. Stream status, okay. Total time, blah, 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 broadcast alert. Highlights, live, as insertion, view, comments. Let's see. Info and settings. Maybe it's under here. Info and settings. Live chat. I don't see anything that's in live chat on here. Maybe there's a gear on here, maybe. Let's see. Control. Oh, here's the gear. No, that's actually not the right year. Honestly, guys, I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to leave it as B and just not really worry about it. But anyways, as I was saying, I'm at the very least planning on doing, the story mode playthrough with the Elgato at the very, very least. And I also am wanting to sort of, do some racing stuff. And I know that the Skylanders Boy and Girl did say that they're planning on, or Skydad did at least, doing, tournaments and stuff. And depending on how that goes, I may participate in those tournaments. And if they don't end up doing that, if they end up, not doing that, then I'll probably set up some sort of a tournament. And so, if you are interested in that, please contact me, and I'll see what we can do in terms of setting up, you know, um, tournaments and such, because I am really interested in possibly someday doing something like that. I think that would be pretty amazing. I'm also probably going to be doing, some side quests in Superchargers, but I'm not one of those people that feels the need to 100% the game. I'm not one of those people, and I don't want you guys to expect me to 100% the game. I really don't want you guys to expect that, because that's not going to happen. I have never 100%ed the Skylanders game in my life. I've not. As much as I would like to, it's just I really don't like playing the same levels again and again unless it's with different Skylanders. That's the only reason I do. And even then, it's not different enough to 100%. This year it may be different because I may be will have to run through it multiple times just to get the mods and such. But I'm really just not sure as to how far I'm actually going to be getting into the game in terms of percentage based completion and such. I'm just really not sure. I'm just gonna check the comments if there's any questions. Let's see. Here's a good one from Cool Tommy. Are you going to record Midnight on September the 20th while buying Skylanders? Yes, I am going to record that. I will be recording my shopping experience in Toys R Us. I can't promise how good of a quality it's going to be, because it's pretty much just going to be me going in with probably my dad or my mom with the camera, with my iPad, behind me, sort of getting footage of it. So and I'm just going to sort of get a nice look at the new characters. I'll also do unboxing videos on the way home, because my Toys R Us is a half hour away, so I'll have time to, unbox everything before I get home, and I'll make, a video like I did last year. So, yes, I will be getting footage when I do go midnight hunting. Let me see if there's anything else. Let's see. Okay, so that's all. That's the only question that's on there for now. If any of you guys have any more questions, feel free to put them out there. I would be more than happy to answer them. So let's see, what's up next? What's up next? All right. Oh, yeah. I've got a shout out to who actually gave me this. My friend who's been texting me and giving me live feedback. This is the exact reason I asked it. I asked him to watch the live stream. He sold me this. His name is Wolfstorm LP, and he is a writer for a place called Blaze Kick. And I said that in my Elgato trailer, but just in case you didn't see it, yes, he does write for Blaze Kick. It's basically a news site about Nintendo stuff and some other stuff. I'm actually not sure. I only ever read his stuff on there, and it's all about amiibos and such. Black amiibos. Yeah. Big shout out to him. Thank you. He sold it to me for $100 when it's actually a $180 piece of equipment. He wants a new laptop, and so that he can actually, do stuff on his laptop. It's got very poor processing power, and he just wants a better one. So thank you so much to him. You're amazing. Let's see, next up, Midnight Hunting Discussion. That's next up. So, let me get a sip of my water, because my throat's getting dry. So, Midnight Hunting. Whoa. I don't know what happened there. The window went away for a second, and it came back. So, Midnight Hunting. I will be going midnight hunting this year at my Toys R Us. And so, I went last year and had a pretty good time. So, I'm not exactly sure at this point what I'm going to get at Toys R Us and what I'm going to get at GameStop. The thing is, GameStop has the Skylanders Adventure Club. I actually have the card right here. Let me show it to you. I've never actually removed it from the actual display thing right here. You can see the Adventure Club card. And so what the Adventure Club lets me do is that for every, I believe it's 6 Skylanders, yes, every 6 Skylanders, I get $10 off a figure. So, whoa, it happened again. What the? Why is it going away? Okay. Oh, I know why. It's because my mouse is on the floor and I keep clicking it with my foot by accident. So yeah, that's a problem. So anyways, yes, I did go to the Toys R Us last year at midnight, and I had a pretty good time. But the one thing I don't know right now is the launch deals. The only reason, or the only thing I got at Toys R Us last year were the traps, because the traps are not actually included in the Skylanders Adventure Club. So, nor do I think the vehicles are. So this year at Toys R Us, I'm probably just going to be getting the vehicles. And, the reason that I do want to go to Toys R Us is because, number one, it is a midnight thing. And I think it's cool to go at midnight. And, that's just awesome in and of itself. But also, I like being the first person to actually be able to, get in there and sort of look around, get first pick. The thing about GameStop is that, they don't open at midnight. And so, by the time in the morning I go to church, so I don't get out of church until like around noon, and so it's like 10:30 to noon, and so and then got to eat and everything, and so I don't get to GameStop until like 12:30, and who knows what could have been bought up by 12:30. So I don't want to take the risk of not getting some of the characters that I want. So that is why I do go midnight hunting. And I am really hoping that Toys R Us is going to have some good deals today on at midnight, other than the deals that's on those posters, because those are honestly really not all that good. I'm probably going to have to call GameStop sometime this week because I really need to know what they're going to, how if they're going to have any deals on launch, and if they are going to have deals, what they are, so that I really can plan them out. And it doesn't help that we still don't know if Wave 1 and Wave 2 are going to be at the same time. That really doesn't help at all. There have been varying reports that, yes, Wave 1 and Wave 2 will be out at the same time. And some places are saying, no, Wave 2 is coming out a week later. So we actually don't know. And that really does make it difficult. I only have enough money to actually buy Wave 1, but some of the cooler characters are in Wave 2. So I'm probably going to have to make some decisions there as to who I'm going to get, and I'm going to make those decisions as soon as I know the deals and everything. But yes, Wave 2 and Wave 1, that's really not making anything easier. I wish that they would release them at different times. If they could just do Wave 1 launch, Wave 2 like late October, and then Wave 3 in early December, that would be ideal. But no, they've got to do Wave 1 and Wave 2 the same day. And then not have any new stuff. See, the part that gets me is that when they do Wave 1 and Wave 2 at the very beginning at the same time, they don't have any new stuff between launch and Christmas. And you would think that maybe some people would want new stuff between launch and Christmas. And, it's the same thing that gets me. They release the majority of their characters at the very beginning, and then there's only a few in the later waves. And I don't like that. I would much rather them be evenly distributed all throughout the year. And that's not what they do. It's more like tons of characters now, and then we're going to barely do anything else here. It always feels like that. And I'm not exactly a fan of that, so I really wish they would change that. And check the comments one more time, see if anyone is asking any questions. Let's see. I wish it wouldn't try to play the live stream every time I did it. Let's see. Let's see. Do you prefer to buy toys from the internet or in stores? You're so lucky in Australia, Superchargers comes out September 24th, one day before the end of my school term. And that was said by Jay Play. So I do prefer to buy from in stores. And the main reason for that is I don't have to pay shipping and handling. I don't like shipping and handling. It's unnecessary fees. You know, I can just go to the store and get all the characters without actually having to pay for shipping and handling. The other downside is that I don't get to pick my paint job. If I, you know, and hopefully it won't be a problem this year, like I said. It did seem that the paint jobs are looking pretty good this year. But, you know, you could get a completely horrible paint job in the mail, and then you got to ship it back. You got to pay processing and handling to send it back, and then when you get a new one, it may not be any better. And you know that's why I prefer to get it in stores. And so let's see. Let's see. So I guess school in Australia gets out in September. That's interesting. In America, we have summer off, so that's kind of interesting. Let's see. Let's scroll down. Um, I'll come back to Wolfstorm's, who is my friend who sold me the Elgato's question in a moment. I'm going to talk about that at the end. Which Skylander are you looking forward to most? I'm actually going to probably be discussing that as when I discuss my favorite characters. So yes. Can you do hunting every Skylander's way? I'm not so sure about that. You know, the thing is that I don't usually go on launch day of the waves because in my parts, I've tried to do that before. I've gone to stores when the waves are supposed to come out and then they don't. And you know, I don't always. It kind of feels a little weird to me walking into a store recording everything. That just kind of feels a little weird to me. So probably not. But if there is, you know, some sort of a mega haul that I'm planning on doing, if I ever do like hit the jackpot on a bunch of Skylanders that I don't have, you know, maybe I'll record it, but I can't promise that I'll be able to do hunting. But I will. I do kind of want to, you know, increase the amount of um, hunting videos that I do in, you know, on my channel. So did you see chapter 1 for Superchargers? Said Superchargers 512. Yes, I did see chapter 1, or technically level 1, and that was chapters 1 through 4. The way, if you didn't know this, the way it's split up this year is that the levels are divided into chapters. So I think there's about 13 or 14 levels, and they're each split into like 4 or 5 chapters, which are about 10 minutes each. So that's like, let's see, that's about 15 chapter, or no, I said more like 13 levels. So that's 26, that's 52. So yeah, there's about 50, I would say there's probably going to be about 50 chapters in it. So just in case you didn't know that. So yes, I did see all of level 1 and all of chapter 1. And so I won't talk about it because I know some of you guys don't like spoilers, and I don't want you guys to have to skip around in this video. But yes, I did see chapter 1. So let's see. Okay. Let's keep scrolling down. All right, so that's pretty much it for now. I'll come back later, refresh the page in a moment. So let's see what's next. Let's see what's next. So now I'm going to talk about my favorite characters. I'm going to move this card table a bit more where you can actually see it so that we can get, you know, looks at it. Oh, I don't want to crush the box that my Elgato came in. Let me put it in a safe place just to be safe. You know, it'd be kind of a shame if something happened to something that expensive and then I never got to use it. That would be a crying shame indeed. So let me just move some things off this table so that when I move it over here, it is clear. So here before me, I have my favorite characters of all time from all the games. Let me just sort of distribute them out more. I kind of had this table loaded full of stuff, you know, just to show off during the video. So, from Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, my favorite 2 characters are most certainly Whamshell is the first one. So the reason I like Whamshell is because he's so powerful, and I lucked out so much in getting him. I've seen him once in my entire life, and that was the day I got him. There were 3 of him in a Kmart, which don't even claim to carry Skylanders, and nowadays they don't even carry them anymore. They pretty much stopped after Swap Force in terms of carrying them. The last thing I bought from them, Skylanders-wise, was Swap Force Wave 2. I found all of Wave 2 there. and that was the last time I bought anything from Kmart Skylanders. So I call him triple whammy because double whammy, triple whammy. There were 3 of them there. So since then, one of them has actually come back into my possession. I bought all 3 of them. One I sold to the son of my parents' friend. They went to high school with a guy, and his son was a fan of Skylanders. So we shipped him one of the wham shells, and he paid us for it. We didn't scalp him or anything. The other one I gave to one of my friends who I've actually had in one of my videos before. I believe it was my unboxing of the light and dark ones. He eventually didn't. He's quote unquote grew out of Skylanders. I don't think you could grow out of Skylanders, but he stopped playing it and he just sold it back to me, or actually he gave it back to me. He didn't even sell it back to me, so he was very generous in doing that. But Whamshell, I love him because of how I got him, and that's really why I like him. And the fact that he's so powerful just makes him so good. He's since been nerfed, but let me tell you, in SSA, he's debatably one of the most powerful melee characters in the game. Next up is a character that you probably don't hear a lot of people saying is one of their favorites, and that is Ignitor. Now, I like Ignitor because he was one of my first characters. The first thing that I got Skylanders-wise was this. My parents gave it to me. Christmas 2011. I know I've discussed that before. The 3DS starter pack. So, there's that. And of course, he came in it. And so, out of Dark Spyro, Stealth Elf, and Ignitor, whoa, at least in the DS version, I really started to like Ignitor. And so he is just one of my favorite just because of the retro value of him. And that's really why I like him. Now, we're going to move on to the Giants core characters. So, here we have, going out of order, actually. Flashwing. The reason I like Flashwing is just because of her design. I really, really like the way she's designed, and I just think that she's a cool character all around, and, I think she's a really cool character. And I also adore her light core version. I think it's pretty cool. And so, yeah, I love her attacks, and she's just a cool character all around. And, the thing I don't like is that Spotlight actually has very similar attacks to Flashwing. They don't look a lot alike. I mean, they're female dragons, but other than that, they don't look a lot alike. But really, in terms of how they're played, they're very similar. So I don't exactly like that, but Flashwing will always be the best. Next up, we have Fright Rider. Now, a lot of people think that Fright Rider may or may not be all that good. It's kind of he's not exactly a lovable character, but he's not exactly a hated character either. So I don't know why. I really can't explain why I like him. He looks cool, and that's why I like him. And that's really the only reason I like him. So no real reason, but Fright Rider is one of my favorites. Now I'm going to talk to you about my favorite Giants. I have another character that you might not think would be my favorite, and it's actually Swarm. And why do I like Swarm? Well, I was one of the first people to see Swarm in action. I was one of the first people to actually see his trailer, and so that's kind of a special moment to me. A lot of these characters I like just because of the special moments that I have with them, in terms of memorable moments. And so I like his design, the fact that he's just a whole bunch of bees that form one giant creature is really cool in my opinion. So, Swarm, one of my favorites. Next up, we've got Ningini. Ningini is awesome. And she was the last giant to come out, and she's one of the only characters I've ever ordered online. And I deeply regret it, because I bought her for 40 bucks and then found her like in a week and a half for $15. I deeply regretted buying her, and oh my gosh, it was terrible. Oh, I'm getting another text from my friend, pretty random. Oh yeah, no, we're not going to talk about that. So anyways, Ningini, yeah, I really like her. I really like the concept that she, just is a genie in a bottle, and I don't know, I like Ningini. Next up, we're going to talk about Swap Force characters. So as far as Swap Force cores are concerned, we have Smolder Dash. Smolder Dash is awesome. Simply put, Smolder Dash is awesome. She was one of the first characters I got in her. I got her first, of course, in her light core form, but she is just really cool in terms of characters, and I just love the concept behind her. The fact that she has so many sun and eclipse based attacks is just really cool in my opinion. It's her flame whip, just the fact that she's technically a Balrog. She's never actually called that, but she's really honestly a Balrog. You know, the thing in You Shall Not Pass, Lord of the Rings. That's really what she is, because she's got the fire whip and everything. So, you know. But yeah, Smolder Dash. Next up, we have got Roller Brawl. Roller Brawl is awesome. She's one of the best characters in Swap Force, hands down. One of the best characters ever. I mean, she's just so cool in terms of her in-game stuff. She cannot be beaten. I love her little razor roller blades. You know, roller blades, if you get what I'm saying. And one thing I don't like about her is that her repos in Superchargers is a bit similar to her normal version, but that's a whole nother topic. But still, character-wise, she's very cool. I keep bumping the table and knocking them over. Stand up, Enigma. Oh, stand up, Roller Brawl. Okay, now on to the Swap Force. Doomstone. Doomstone is really cool. Not only do I love his character design, he's just beautiful in terms of how he's made of jade. It's really cool. He's very pretty and beautiful, even though he's very masculine at the same time. He is very well designed, and I do love that. I just love his design in general, and I think that he's a really cool character, and he's even better in game. You know, he's got very unique attacks in game, and so, you know, I like him. Then we have Trap Shadow, Trappy Shadow. He kind of foreshadowed Trap Team, actually, and it's kind of interesting to think that. And you know, he's just really cool character-wise. I love the Panther aspect of him. And I mean, just looks-wise, I like him, and that's honestly why I like him. He's not my favorite character in game, but let me tell you, design-wise, he's amazing. Now we're going to move on to Trap Team, which I actually don't really have that many cores. Actually, I do have a few cores that I do like. Let me grab them. I actually forgot to grab them. They're right here. I believe my friend texted me again. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to talk about the Trap Team cores. So Treadhead. Treadhead is first. The reason I like Treadhead is just because he's cute and he's cool, and I mean he's amazing all around. And in game he's very unique. And really that's what I like. I like unique characters, and that's what Treadhead is. And so yeah, Treadhead. He's one of my favorite Trap Team cores. Then we have Rocky Roll. He is one of my other favorite Trap Team cores, and again, because of his uniqueness. He's so cute and so unique. I mean, how could you not love that? I mean, it's absolutely adorable. You know, I really do hope some people took him to the Toys R Us event, because there were a lot of questions about how he and Treadhead would fit into the vehicles, and I'm hoping we got that question answered at the event. So, you know. But anyways, Rocky Roll, I like him simply because of his uniqueness. And so, yeah, Rocky Roll. Then we have the Trap Masters. The Trap Masters. So we have Gear Shift first off. Gear Shift. Why do I like Gear Shift? The same reason I like those other two Trap Team cores. She is very unique. Her gear shifts, and that's what's cool about it. The fact that she can turn them into giant scimitars, or kick pieces of them out, or just, you know, use it as a hula hoop is really cool, in my opinion. That she can use it so diversely, and that's really what I like about characters. That diversity, and, you know, Gear Shift is definitely fun. Next up, we have Shortcut. Oh, cute little Shortcut. How could you not adore him? He is so cute. He's so cute. Yeah, run with scissors or don't run with scissors or whatever. I mean, it's just such a unique weapon. And it's the same reason I like him. Unique weapons. No one else in Skylands attacks people with giant enchanted scissors or throws needles of death at them. So yeah, Shortcut for sure. Then we finally have possibly my favorite character of all time, Enigma. 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 Why do I like him? He is the king of uniqueness. He is the king of being unique. His invisibility cloak and his looks in general can't be beat. He is the most unique character, hands down. He's the least Skylander looking Skylander that exists. I saw this on the Dark Spire forums. Enigma might be the least Skylander looking Skylander yet, and that's not a bad thing. And I most certainly wholeheartedly agree. I can't remember who said that, but it's an amazing quote. And I wish they would make more characters like Enigma because he is beautiful. He's amazing. So, anyways, that is it for my favorite characters of all time. Now I'm going to talk about some of the characters that I'm looking forward to, or forward to, whatever. So, let's take a look on the poster. So, let me just work my way down. I'm looking forward to Astroblast. He looks really unique, and I am really looking forward to kind of finding out more about him. And he just looks so amazing. His little phaser gun. I mean, he's quite a unique looking character. The same thing goes with Nightfall to a lesser extent. So, yeah, Astroblast and Nightfall to a lesser extent. Nightfall. Hold on. Let me grab some more of my water. I'm a thirsty boy. All right. Let's see. Bone Bash Roller Brawl. Bone Bash Roller Brawl looks really amazing. I don't like that she has a similar, system of attacking. She's got arm blades like she did in her original, and I guess that's okay. But still, I was kind of looking forward to a more unique sort of Roller Brawl. But at the very least, she looks absolutely stunning in her new gear. So, Bone Bash Roller Brawl. Let's see. Thrillipede and Buzzwing. Oh, Thrillipede and Buzzwing. They might be my favorite new characters because of how awesome they look. I mean, seriously, very amazing. I mean, I get that he does have a multi-arm thing, and that's kind of been done with Slam Bam before. Slam Bam's got 4 arms, Thrillipede's got 4 arms. That's really where the similarities end. I mean, he's a grenade throwing bug, and Slam Bam's an ice yeti thing. And Buzzwing just looks so unique and so amazing. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to Thump Truck. Thump Truck looks pretty cool. Smash Hit, not so much. He's not really interesting me all that much, but Thump Truck, definitely. And then let's see, Lava Lance Eruptor. Lava Lance Eruptor is really cool. Possibly my second favorite repose. Yeah, Lava Lance Eruptor looks really cool. Burn Cycle, not so much. It's just a motorcycle with flaming wheels. That's kind of not giving it enough credit, but yeah, really not my favorite. Let's see. Splatter Splasher looks really cool, especially Supercharged Splatter Splasher. Big Bubble Pop Fizz looks interesting, but I'm really not sure how a tuba is important. So, Splat looks awesome. Splatter Splasher, not so much. It looks just like a boat, a normal boat, honestly. But Splat, I am really looking forward to her. And then Trigger Happy and his vehicle, they look really cool. But he might actually be the only one, Gold Rusher that is, which is Trigger Happy's vehicle, where the vehicle looks better, not supercharged than supercharged. I don't know if you think that as well, but let me just show you. In case you don't know. Here is, you can see down there, Trigger Happy's vehicle, supercharged and not supercharged. But yeah, I think it looks better not supercharged. I don't know if any of you guys agree with me. And then, let's see, I'm also excited for High Volt and Shield Striker. I think they look cool. I mean, I get Shield Striker's not all that original in terms of uniqueness, but still pretty excited for them both. I'm going to check the comments again before I move on to the next segment. So let's see. Comments. Let me refresh the page once again. No, do not play my live stream. Okay, so let's see. Okay, yeah, that explains it. Jay Play says, yeah, there's 2 different school years. I have a 2-month holiday over Christmas and a 1-month holiday in July. I never actually knew that about Australia's school system. That's interesting. So thank you for telling me that. I need to still talk about Wolfstorm LP's question as to other games than Skylanders. Let's see. He wants me to talk about Star Wars. So yes, I will talk about those in a mere moment. Grunkle Stan says hello. Hello, Grunkle Stan. Let's see. All right, so I'll just go ahead and I guess, well, actually, no, I think I'll still say that for the end in terms of Wolfstorm's LP's question. That's a bit off topic in terms of Skylander, so I'll talk about it at the very end. So let's see what's next on the itinerary or the schedule or what. So now I'm going to talk about Skylander Showdown. So for those of you that don't know, Skylander Showdown is a game show where I take a hypothetical matchup of two Skylanders and talk about when one would win out over the other. And so it essentially works the same way as March Madness. If you don't know what March Madness is, it's when 64 basketball teams or college basketball teams face off against each other, or actually 68 basketball teams. It's kind of weird how that works. Face off against each other in a bracket and, compete to, be the winner of the tournament. And that's essentially what Showdown is themed after. And so, I kind of started that a bit after that ended. And I'm really trying to get more of those made because I think it's really a good way to make a ton of videos in a short amount of time. I mean, I've calculated that I can make over 150 episodes of that without even trying. I mean, to be honest, all it takes is me taking existing Skylander combinations and tossing them together and talking about who would win. But I do want to talk about a few issues with the series. Now, I was going through it the other day. I was running through the bracket, and I went ahead and pretty much pre-decided who I thought was going to win. I won't tell you who it was, but the point is that when I got to looking at who the winner was, I started looking at some of the characters who got out on the first round. And I thought, that character the winner would lose to that character that got out on the first round. That's not right. And then I got to thinking, yeah, but in March Madness it works the same. So then I got to thinking, what if I randomized the bracket? And so starting the next time I do Skylander Showdown, I'm not going to decide the order in which the brackets go, the order in which the characters are placed into the brackets. What I'm essentially going to do is draw out the names of different Skylanders and sort of write them in the bracket as I go, and draw them out. I'll make a whole video dedicated to sort of drafting, might you say, the Skylanders into the bracket, because I think that it's important that I have a randomized bracketing system, because, it's just kind of, it almost seems as if it's rigged when I don't have a random bracket. And so, yes, the next time I do Skylander Showdown, there will be a randomized bracket, and I'll talk a little bit more about that, once I complete the first season of the series, which will conclude when I crown the winner of the SSA tournament, and then I'll move on to Giants, the cores of the giant figures, then the cores of giants, and then I'll do the SWAT Force, and then the trap team, and then the villains, and then superchargers, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. Let's see. So, who's that Skylander? Who's That Skylander will be returning for another season. And when we're done with this season, we will have made over 100 episodes. Or not 100, what am I talking about? I'll have made 50 episodes of Who's That Skylander, as well as Token Fan Forever. He will have also made 50 episodes of Who's That Skylander. And so I'm very excited to get around to that, and I'll probably have some sort of a special arranged. I don't think that there will be a special gimmick for this season. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, such as him describing a character to me or something along that sorts of the bag, since it will just be all new characters this time around. So, probably no new gimmick, but yes, there will be another season of Who's That Skylander returning after Skylander Superchargers launches. So look forward to that. So now I just kind of want to talk about the state of the channel. So, hold on, let me get a sip of my water, which I put over here, because I am very, very thirsty. Whoa. All right. Friend also keeps texting me. You need to give them all seeds. Yes, that's an interesting concept. Giving all of the characters seeds and putting them in the bracket that way is something my friend recommended, Wolfstorm LP, if you have not been here for the whole live stream. Yeah, he keeps texting me ideas. And, that is something that I would consider, possibly doing something along the lines of seeding them. So, I'll work that out more as I go. But now I'm going to talk about the state of the channel. So, I've been sitting at 500 subscribers for quite a while. And you guys probably know that. And I'm not complaining because honestly, I kind of deserve to sit at 500 subscribers. I have, until recently, not really been making a ton of videos. And I really need to live stream more often. I need to make that, I need to try to do that. I said I was going to start another channel. That completely fell through for reasons that I really don't need to get into. But I'm not saying it will never happen, because I someday might start another channel with gameplay. And now that I've got that Elgato, I can possibly someday make another channel, non-Skylanders and things. I can also probably someday do live streaming of gameplay. I would be really excited to do that. I'm not saying I won't just do that immediately, because I don't think I'm comfortable doing live streaming of something that I've never done before. I've never done game commentary. I've never done that before. And so I really want to sort of rehearse it in a non-live scenario, before going live. So, I don't promise that anytime soon, but that's not to say it won't ever happen. I do really want to start making more videos more often because, in order for me to grow as a channel, I need to do that. I need to make more videos more often. And so, there's that. But yeah, I really need to, try to bring in more viewers and stuff. And, it's complicated in terms of bringing in viewers. And I'm really hoping that with my new Elgato, it's going to be easier to, sort of appeal to more people. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the state of my channel as it stands right now. I'm going to check the comments one more time for anything Skylanders related, and then I'll move on to any non-Skylanders related questions, if there are any others than just Wolfstorm LPs. So, let's refresh the page. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so, Wolfstorm LP said, will I do other games than Skylanders? As I was saying, I'm not opposed to doing other things in terms of Skylanders. It's just that if I did do other games using the Elgato, it would not be on this channel. I would start a completely separate channel just for that. And that would be for console or PC gaming if, I eventually decide to do PC gaming, which is originally what I wanted my other video games channel to be about. But, that kind of, like I said, that fell through for reasons I really don't need to go into. So, yes, I'm not opposed to doing other games other than Skylanders. As far as other Toys to Life stuff, probably not. As far as Disney Infinity is concerned, it's really not my type of game. Infinity is not, nor is LEGO Dimensions, because that's a lot like Infinity from what I've seen. And Amiibos, I'm just not willing to get into the Amiibos simply because to get the full value out of an Amiibo, you need to buy more than one Nintendo game. And I'm not really a hardcore Nintendo fan. I like Nintendo games, but yeah, I'm really not sure if I could ever really get into Amiibos. And then there's also a game called Anki Overdrive or Anki Overdrive. I'm honestly not sure how you say it. And I was looking at that, and that's essentially race cars that are controlled by your phone. And I find that really cool, and I was thinking about maybe getting that someday. But then I found out how overpriced it was, and then I said, probably not. I'll probably not get that. But yeah, I'm not opposed to doing other types of games. So yeah. As I said, the Skylander I'm looking forward to most is probably. Oh, dang it! I know I said it earlier. I can't remember who I said was my most. The one I was looking forward to the most. Let me think. I'm trying to think back. Oh yeah, Bone Bash Roller Brawl is probably the most. The one from the reposes, and then the new ones is Thrillipede. Striker Hero Camo says, I wish they had more girl characters in this game. I can't agree with you more. I cannot agree with you anymore. I don't think it needs to be a 50-50 blend between male and female characters. But at the same time, I do think that there needs to be more female characters. Let me undo the poster one more time and see sort of the balance between male and female characters in this game. I know in Swap Force it really wasn't all that good because of the Swap Force. All had to be male for certain reasons that I don't really need to talk about on here. But let's see. We have Sunrunner as a guy. Hurricane Jetpack as a guy. Thrillipede is a guy. Deep Dive Gilgrunt is a guy. Dodclops is male. Big Bubble Pop Fizz is male. Not Bone Bash Roller Brawl. What am I talking about? Fiesta is a guy. Smash Hit is a guy. Sharpshooter Terrapin is male. Lava Lance Erupt 4, Spitfire. Double Dare Sugar Happy, and then High Volt when it is voiced by a man. So I'm just going to go ahead and call him a guy. So that's 13 male characters. And then we have Nightfall, Bone Bash Roller Brawl, Stormblade, Super Shot Stealth Elf, and then Splat. So 5 female characters. And then that's not including the 2 male Nintendo guest stars. So, yeah, it's really not all that good when you have 5 female characters versus 15 male characters. So, if they could have just had like 3 more female characters, that would have been 8 to 12. That would have been sufficient for me. But yeah, I do think there needs to be more female characters in the series as a whole. Let's see. Continue to scroll down. So Wolfstorm LP said, unrelated to Skylanders, but what are your thoughts on Star Wars? I am a fan of Star Wars, and I am intending on going to see the new movie. So yeah, I do like Star Wars, and I am a pretty good fan of the series as a whole. I need to go back and rewatch the all the 6 movies in whatever order I choose because such a hot topic. Do you watch it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or do you go 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3? And honestly, I don't care. I'm gonna watch them in some order. I don't know, but yeah, I do like Star Wars, and I am a fan of that. I'm going to. Oh, he's texting me again. Oh. No, we're not gonna talk about that. Let's see. Let's see. Let me refresh the page again, see if anything else has been asked. And if not, we're going to go ahead and end the live stream now. I've been on here for a very long time. So let's see. If anyone has any more questions, this would be the time to ask it before I end. Let's see. So I'll let you guys have a couple more minutes to talk about it. So, oh, Wolfstorm LP just texted me. He said you should do it 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes just to go ahead and comment on the video, and if not, we'll just go ahead and wrap it up. So let's see. How long have I even been live streaming? I've been live streaming for a long time. Wow, like an hour 15. That's crazy. I didn't know I'd been live streaming that long. Yeah, last call for commenting. Last call. Oh, I got one more comment. Up to 32 comments now. Let's see who commented. I don't see who commented. Oh yeah, Supercharger 512 said goodbye. Yes, goodbye to you all. Thank you all for watching. I am so glad. Oh, I got a 33rd comment. Oh my gosh, this live stream is never going to end. Okay, Cool Tommy says he has a question. Ask away, Cool Tommy. What is your question? What is your question? Well, not going to ask the question, then I guess we'll just go ahead and end it. So, yes, as I said, thank you guys all for watching. I am really glad that I got to live stream. I really want to be able to do this more again and again and again. I love live streaming, and I think it's a really fun thing to do. So, yes, stay tuned for more stuff as far as Superchargers is concerned. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Portal Master 9351. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And get excited because Superchargers is so close. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time. Goodbye.